Way to go, LG. I fucking love you. Look at that. Perfect, huh? Good in frame? In frame? Even if I'm laying back, I'm in frame?
Yep.
Bill, you in frame? Bill in frame? Wait, you can videotape like that?
I'm trying to find a new angle. I'm happy with that. Everybody's in the frame.
Bill, you in frame?
He is. Everybody's in the frame.
So, live is on. Live is on, eh?
We're just get the fuck.
So it's on live, eh?
Yeah, we're live right now, and then I got to start the audio. So I'm gonna go over to Facebook
The audio
and go to my page.
Through this into your phone.
This goes. I record it audio, and then I also record video. So there's two. So there's our live video right now, all sideways and shit, because Facebook won't let me rotate my phone, but I don't give a shit. So post. We're gonna do the intro. Everybody, welcome to episode 11 of the Not So Black podcast. I am joined by two special guests. We have a third time, back-to-back-to-back, repeat guest, Wolf Reddington in the motherfucking house. He cannot get enough. He's addicted. And for our other listeners, for anyone who might not know, this is lovely Levi Woods. This is Levi Woods, people. For our audio listeners, just imagine a really pretty Irish kid with a beard who looks like somebody who could have played baseball but wasn't good enough. Like, he looks like a failed MLB player, but he's really good looking. He's a special dude. He's super funny. One of my really good friends. One of the first people that I met when I moved to this town when I was 15. Special relationship. I'm glad that he popped into my life today so he could be on the Not So Black podcast with us today, and I think it's just cool to have three of us together, so say hello, fellas.
Damn it, Josh, I really appreciate that introduction.
No problem.
That was great. That was immaculate.
Yeah, I'm pretty good
Holy
at
shit.
introductions.
Well,
when Wolf was on the first time, I did this really good introduction.
Yeah.
So, we got some people coming on. Mike Dieter, thank you for joining. Garrett Crow, Paul Nicklin, Tyler Thompson,
What?
Walt Andrews,
What,
Mike
already?
Farron, Vicky Carter, Daniel.
Already?
Yeah, we got some people, man. Apparently you're famous because you're Levi Woods. When I tagged you, people were like, "Oh shit, Levi Woods." Where's it at? Oh no, it's. Oh shit! Tom Sauce. Hey guys, alright, so listen, this is the Not So Black podcast. Hopefully you guys are used to it by now. It's episode 11. Everybody knows in the beginning we go over a couple things from news, media, only comedy news because this is a comedy news discussion show and debate forum. So the only thing I really want to talk about from the news this week is the fact that Cumulus Media, which is a radio media giant, they are recruiting New York City comedians for the OG Podcast Network. What that means for the podcasting space is there's a network now on radio, digital, satellite, and AM/FM radio for podcasts. That's huge. You know, before you had to put it on your phone, Spotify, iTunes, and YouTube, and then plug it into your, Bluetooth it to your car or whatever.
Is this an app?
No, now it's going to be right on radio. Apparently, they have FM radio, OG Podcast Network through Cumulus Media, which is really cool. I'm excited to see how that progresses. Because I really think podcasts are the future of audio and some video entertainment, because it's the way people are going to get their information, see their interviews, and just, connect with people. I think it's
We're talking about linking Wi-Fi to FM.
Well, yeah.
Essentially?
Yeah. Mike Farron said he's just here for Levi. So, Mike Farron.
Nice. Okay, Mike.
That's not cold.
Don't worry. I'll come down and roll around. I'm 200 pounds. I might.
Does it make you
fucking people up?
That you're only 70 pounds lighter than I am? Yeah.
If I'm 70 pounds lighter than you are, that's man.
I'm much lighter than I am.
Okay, I'm a solid 200. I'm a solid 200, Mike. and I know how to do go-go Pilates.
Pilates?
Go-go Pilata.
Oh, nice.
That's it. And or rubber guard. Rubber guard. I've been.
Snap. Dude, I got leg kicked. One time I was tripping on ketamine and acid, and I told Mike Farron to give me a leg kick. And I mean a legit, like, to the thigh leg kick, MMA style leg kick. He kicked me in the fucking leg so hard that I had a bruise that was bluer than that R on your hat. I mean, it was fucking intense.
If we're talking straight,
See these things? These little fucking things?
if we're talking straight,
I think they're coming from outside, sorry.
straight Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Mike, you might have me in technique, but I'm stronger than a fucking blue ox on fucking bull semen.
Dude, Mike Farron would beat all three of us up.
With technique, correct, but if I know how to do my couple things,
I've seen
if
you
if he's not diligent on his, if he's not on his game, if he underestimates,
I've seen you rope
I love you, bro.
a very large man before. Remember that in Old City when you and Rob got beat up?
yeah, and that's the extra second time I shit my pants.
This shit was hilarious.
The second time I shit my pants.
Large gentleman at the bar. This one dude was fighting Rob, and his giant friend was like 6'5",
Yes.
muscled up, went after Levi, and he was like, "I'm not even in this." So he just rope-a-dope the dude like
did
this. He said his arms hurt so bad.
I got hit in the ear about 4 times, looking like this. Okay.
I was working at the bar as a bouncer.
I know. Well, you saved Rob's life. Okay. You're pushing that other guy out, but his other friend came at me. We're right in the middle of the street, right between PNC Bank and fucking Billy's bar, and I'm sitting here like this. His block, he hits me 4 times. The third time, I shit my pants.
Shit in your pants.
Okay, I drop a little nugget. I drop a little nugget in my pants. Okay.
I like that one.
Yeah.
And the guy quits. The guy quits. Okay. After the fourth hit, and I drop a nugget with a third hit because I'm blocking it. The fourth hit, he just quits. I believe you came over and like, dude, cut it the fuck out.
I got everybody out of there. And
anyway, I go behind PNC Bank in Oil City there and just kind of empty my shorts.
That's funny. I didn't know
Empty
that.
the turd out of my boxers. And I come back like nothing happened. It was delicious.
It was so funny. Because I was working at Billy's bar at the time as a bouncer. It's the best sound in the world. I love it. I was working as a bouncer at the bar, and these guys are fighting. So I leave work at 3 o'clock in the morning. I come outside, and Rob Villar's standing outside with blood dripping down his face. He's like, "Can you take me to the hospital?" And I'm just like, "I can take you to the hospital."
we did. He had to get 6 stitches in his eyebrow.
I left him at the hospital because they were taking. He passed out on the table, so I took you home.
What is
And
that?
then Sam
Like,
was supposed to go pick him
is
up.
that like an alpha male thing? Like, I gotta be the most badass dude in this
No, dude.
fucking bar.
He
know?
started-
I gotta beat
he started
everyone.
talking-
There's history between the two.
Oh, okay.
He started talking shit from a block down
Oh.
while they're outside smoking cigarettes.
Yeah.
Like, motherfucker, bam, bam, big
Rob was real drunk.
Anyway, we get there. He throws an overhand punch, splits his fucking eye open. Which is why we needed to take him to the hospital and get 6 stitches.
But this happened at like midnight, right? So for
Yeah.
2.5 hours, Rob waited outside Billy's for me, just bleeding from his face.
Nice.
So I didn't even know he was out there until I left work, and I was like, "What the fuck?" He's like, "Yeah, can you take me to the hospital?" And I'd him and Levi go to the hospital. And then Sam was supposed to go pick him up that night. I get a call at 5 in the morning from Rob, and he's like, "Can you come get me?" And I'm like, "Fuck!" So I went and picked him up at the hospital, took him
What a
home.
nice guy you are.
I had to, man. I felt bad. He's my friend, you know. But I took care of him that night. He was good, and so that's. I mean, I'm having a lot of fun with these sound effects.
Yeah, dude, that's
so
awesome.
good. And you have a lot of good stuff. Kaylin Foster and Remy Wise just joined. Thank you so much. We're gonna get viewers in and out. That's how it goes. People pop in and out. That's how it goes when you're doing a live Facebook.
Over there, right? I'm looking at that camera.
Yeah, you're right there. I can also see you right here. This lags a little bit, so
Son of a bitch.
so they're picking it up just fine. But what we see here on the screen is a little bit behind. Sometimes I have to refresh to see viewer rates, but other than that, we're doing pretty good. So, does anybody have any pressing matters or discussion topics they would like to bring up before we move any further?
Man, I mean,
Levi brought a drum set to my house today.
here we go. That's a pressing matter.
Like a month ago,
We talked about it.
you, Levi, and Steve, right? Once again, we have we have no Steve and we have no Matt this week. They bailed really harshly. They both bailed. Like didn't even say like, "Hey, I'm not coming for the podcast." Steve was like, "Is the podcast tonight? I'll be there."
Is it? Come on,
It's
always Sunday.
It's like, is it? Of course, is it? So they both bailed on me. I'm super glad you guys are here because I thought I was gonna have to do it alone. But Jesus Christ. Sorry, everybody listening. For our audio listeners, that loud noise would be Levi fucking around, not being. Yeah, it picks up everything. It's a really good condenser mic. So yeah, shh. Yeah, it's really good. They can hear you whisper. You don't even have to whisper. They hear that. Oh, that is so loud.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, sorry, guys. No, it's all good. Mike Farron said you guys are awesome. No, you're awesome, Mike. But yeah, so a month ago he came here. I wasn't here, but he came here.
Hold on, Mike, you son of a bitch.
He came here with Levi and Steve and Bill were here. They said he's going to bring a drum set. A month later, it's finally here. So we are building our studio in the attic. There's a third room. I have the microphone and guitar. We're going to get some other stuff, PA system, all set up so we can have a legit jam studio and maybe pump out some music. I got a keyboard. Now we just need a legit PA system, and then we can get pumping. Basically, it's already in. All right. Yeah, this is going to be a ska band.
Oh!
Ska.
Is it
like that?
Reggae, but with punk.
Oh, yeah. Dude, bring your fake dreads over.
Whoa!
Dude,
Whoa.
bring your fake dreads over. That's
not fake.
Cultural appropriation. That's fine.
Don't go that
fake
shit!
Dreads. Yeah, fake dreads. So, Levi, I'm kind of weirded out because you brought this piece of paper over today. And when you first showed it to me, I thought it was like drum patterns. I was like,
No.
Is this for playing drums?
No. Dude, you want to give that a close up to the camera.
So yeah, will you put this in front of the camera real quick?
About 2 feet. Back
yeah, right there. Right there is fine.
Okay.
Yeah, you can see it kind of.
That'll be fine. You'll get there.
They're like loud.
Anyway, so this is. Let me just refresh this and then we'll get it. So this is NikolaTesla's multiplication table, which explains how vibration passes through solid matter. If you can figure
I can't believe you got all that with not even think. Wow, I didn't think you looked at it that much.
I didn't at all. I was
like
anyway. This thing that you guys are looking at, it's NikolaTesla's multiplication table.
Oh,
if you know how to configure that and read it, you could pick up mass. You could pick up solid mass using.
Use that to.
You could use solid mass and you could use vibrations to pick up mass. It's how they did the pyramids. It's like a theory of how they did that kind of stuff. So yeah, this thing's pretty interesting. So how did you come across this? Like, what does this mean to you?
To be honest, it's not really it's not common knowledge on the internet or from anybody's standpoint. It's not common knowledge at all.
Not at all.
If I were to actually become a believer and think about it, this is not.
How did you come in contact? All right, let's start this from the beginning. How did you get this?
Just because I'm hungry for knowledge.
Who gave this to you?
I had to find that on the internet.
His own internal quest.
I had to like backdoor make that a PDF file
and then print it out.
Print it out.
Okay, so from there, like, what started you on the journey to learn about vibrations? I know you've always been into music. You're a drummer, so
F the music, man. It's just about that. When you think about the kids nowadays, like if you were to turn the electricity off on like our children,
nobody would survive.
If I do have one, he's gonna be fine. I do have a child, he's gonna be fine. But most other people's children, you turn the electricity off.
Take away the iPhones.
You take away electricity. You take away electricity from most of those people. They don't even know what primal instinct is.
No, they would die within a month.
Oh shit! I can't go to the store and get my food.
I'd be better. I'd thrive in that month.
Yeah, exactly. You have to be able to survive. I think something worth touching on is just people. I respect technology, and I see that it's advanced. It's advanced in a really amazing way. It's the reason I can talk to people on the other side of the planet. Right? We can sit down, we can record this, we can do these kind of things because of technology. At the same time, I wish people were more in tune with the fact that it is not It's not. This is a finite thing. It's not going to last forever.
That's the only good it does is information sharing.
Yeah.
Okay, because YouTube has so many how-tos. Like I mean, there's more people searching how-tos.
At the moment, technology's getting stronger, but people seem to be getting weaker.
Right,
and they live longer too.
because of the easy access. I don't want to say live. Well, maybe live longer if there's
In the
medical.
grand scheme of things, like
If there's medical advice on the internet, yeah.
Did you know that
also?
Did you know that we're living, and it may not seem like it's going to be a shock to a lot of people, we are living in the safest time ever in human history.
yeah, but it's not gonna last, dude.
It never does, but that's a lot of people think right now the world's on fire and it's crazy. And
Information travels.
because there's so much more access to information, and all the news media feeds you is the bad stuff and what's going on halfway across the world. Everybody thinks it's horrible, but per capita deaths, everything, even with the crisis that are going on, the opioid crisis, guns, and everything, it's still the safest time to live. People are living longer. People are safer than they ever have been in history. So it is really interesting. But back to this. So
let me quote Denzel. If you watch the news, you're misinformed. If you don't watch the news, you're uninformed.
I want to quote Denzel too.
yeah.
Denzel Washington.
In order to protect the sheep, you must kill the wolf, and it takes a wolf to kill a wolf.
My quote from Denzel Washington is, "Where's my motherfucking money, Freddie?"
That sounds like
That's American Gangster.
Samuel L. Jackson, but whatever.
I'm pretty sure he said that American Gangster. If he didn't, please correct me. Anyway, so back to this. So this multiplication map, you got this, and then you started looking into it, and you were telling me that this 432, this is megahertz. That's how much you need to move solid matter. That's the vibration, like the frequency.
That is the frequency that heals.
Oh, that heals. That's right. You were telling me that 432 megahertz is the frequency at which a cat purrs.
A cat purrs between 400 and 200. 432.
Okay.
432
is the actual like, on the dot healing humans.
Is the one that does everything for the world pretty much. I mean, I'm not.
I see what you're saying.
I'm not versed in it completely, but I can tell you that a cat's purrs between 400 and 200, and that's the exact same as a human body's resonancy. Okay, and when you're holding a cat and it's purring, it actually has healing properties.
That's actually been studied in
believe me, the study is right here. This is the actual map of resonancy.
What I mean is, scientists have done like controlled groups and studies with cats with the healing thing, and they found that it's actually really healthy for like Alzheimer's patients and Parkinson's patients.
Well, I thought like cat videos were like the shit on YouTube or whatever, like funny cats or whatever.
No, well, yeah, they are the shit.
Just hold one.
Holding a cat, I guess.
Hold one, it'll heal you.
It also reduces stress, and it's good for you. So
I was thinking about taking a trip with a couple cats and a couple dogs.
Taking an animal trip.
Just rowing down the
A
river.
cat will heal you, man. A cat will always come back.
It's like a big family.
If
on
you
my
gotta
boat.
like find a stray cat that's like wild, kind of, and that way it'll like kill shit.
I just want one that ain't gonna run off. Like it can just walk it down the road, and I don't need a leash. Like I could have like 2 dogs and 2 cats, just like run shit.
That is true. So other than that, the numbers corresponding on this chart is you also said that this is how they were able to move large objects like stones when they made the pyramids by harnessing vibrations and frequencies.
Megalithic stones, yes.
That's actually one of the theories. Like they talk about in Ancient Aliens, which is one of my shows. I like that show a lot. Action Bronson had a show called Watching Ancient Aliens with Action Bronson, and it was just a show where it was him sitting on a couch with his friends getting high on a green screen watching Ancient Aliens. Yeah. That was the whole show. Yeah. It was a half-hour long. It was actually a pretty good show. But
this is actually the multiplication chart. If there's a algorithm to tell you how heavy the piece of stone you want to move, okay? But
what frequency you need to
length, width, and thickness. Okay, you know how heavy it is,
right? Then you use that to find out what frequency you need.
What frequency you need to use the magnetic frequency of the Earth in that rock to lift it up and put it in place.
That definitely makes sense.
This is exactly how, I mean, if anybody doesn't know how Coral Castle was built in Florida.
You could also use frequencies to shape things. Have you ever heard anything like that?
I'm not sure about shaping things. This is just about...
Because one of the arguments they have for all those like Monte Picchu or whatever that's called, and like all those megalithic structures, one of the arguments they have is like how were these ancient people able to shape,
fit together,
and also cut these like amazing stones that aren't even geographically part of the area. They were able to bring them over along and then cut them and shape them and sculpt them.
That's more in depth than I can even think about.
You know that because some of these have laser precision.
Right, you can't fit. I'm a machinist by trade.
So you would know how.
I have access to a 1,000th. 1,000th 0.001 is 2,000ths thinner than your hair. Than a hair follicle. You pull out your hair, that's 0.003. I have pieces of metal that I check stuff with 0.001. Okay, and when you have something that precise, 0.001, and we're talking megalithic stones
being fit together with that kind of precision, that's insane.
A long time ago. There is no other explanation besides...
You have the tools to do that now, but even for a skilled machinist, that's incredibly complicated.
To be honest, man, guys can't really make a perfect wheel out of stone like they did back then.
Yeah, I guess
or drill a perfect hole in the stone. Like, we don't do that nowadays. And or make fitments of 90-degree or whatever angle it is, make walls. We don't do that nowadays at all.
We use pressure to just kind of push things together.
We do what's easier is like brick and mortar. Like we fill it in with mortar. You know, we put whatever size rectangular brick in there and then fill it in with some shit.
When I'm doing construction and I do walls and stuff, if there's a crack, if we're putting a window in or something that needs to be square, we just caulk the edges where there's not.
That's what I'm saying. These guys were making megalithic stones fit within thousands of inches.
Without glue or screws
without,
or caulk.
without any kind of filler.
That's amazing. So, like, was it that kind of curiosity that got you into this kind of stuff?
Right. You can't deny the fact.
It's super impressive. No matter what theory people have about it, it's very impressive.
You can't deny the fact. I mean, to look at NikolaTesla's multiplication map, this is how Coral Castle was built. This is actually the secret of the Freemasons.
Okay? Hypothetically, right? Because none of this is proven.
Nothing's proven, but
it's pretty damn close.
They have a secret, okay?
It's the best theory out there.
To where if they were to use like a resonance lift, okay? Say this thing is 2 tons, and they go boom, and use a magnetic field, and know how much it weighs. They could use a resonancy to lift this megalithic stone into place, just like Stonehenge, just like the pyramids, just like everything else.
I hope that happens in our lifetime.
No, I
hope in our lifetime that kind of technology.
It's actually right here. All you need to do is.
I get that. What I mean is, I hope the technology becomes available in our lifetime to where we're seeing it more. We're actually going to see it because we've never seen it with our eyes.
Right here, you can math out.
I know, but I'm talking about
the resonance of the speakers.
Yeah.
The resonance of the speakers. You can math out right here.
I get that. What I'm saying is,
and lift a stone.
I couldn't
via vibration.
I couldn't do it with this because I can't read this. Right? I don't have the abilities or the technology to do this myself. What I'm saying is, I hope that in my lifetime I get to see a company or the government or some scientist come out with like a gun or some kind of machine that uses this and actually starts. I would love to see that in person.
The government does make what they call rail guns. Okay?
Yeah, I've seen those. That's intense.
It's like a 50-yard gun with high-powered magnets.
That shoots fucking.
Oh no, what I'm saying is, make 50 yards worth of negative charge, and they got a positive charged projectile. So once it gets projected through that barrel, the negative charge magnets accelerate that thing to just crazier velocities.
We also have, isn't there's sonic guns out there too that shoot blasts of sound like that, like dent cars and shit like that. I'm pretty sure those weapons are out there.
Yeah, those are that's we're talking like dog whistle, like frequencies that could just really fuck your eardrum,
shit that you can't they say that the reason nobody's ever really spoken to God is because God's voice is on a frequency that's so loud it would make a human's head explode. That's a theory from that a lot of people have. So let's move on from this. And Bill, did you have any topics of discussion or anything that happened in the past week that you'd like to talk about?
I don't know. I'm just curious as to what the viewer would be thinking right now. Like they're there
out there that's still watching. If you have any questions,
yeah, you're there. Whether you're watching live or whether you come on later and watch this, what is the reasoning? I'm curious as to what you watch this for. Are you just curious? Do you actually think you're going to learn something? Or are you watching just to talk shit later? Or do you think it's funny? Or do you want something? What do you want to see? What are you curious about?
I believe right now this is the most cerebral it's been. I'm just saying.
We've had quite a few. This is episode 11.
Bill is the most cerebral guy I know.
For sure.
Have him on, for sure.
The first episode.
But to even talk about anything like this.
No, it's definitely the coolest thing that you.
Yeah, but I think that goes over their head, man. I
hope not. I hope it.
I don't care. See, here's the thing. I don't care.
Maybe so.
I don't care if I don't get one single person watch this. I don't care if one single person watches this. I make this because I want to get together with people that I enjoy and have conversations and then create a record of it. And then if people get some kind of entertainment value, if they get some knowledge, if they get some fun, some laughs, whatever they get out of it, they get out of it. That's for them. On past episodes, I've gotten comments from people I watch because somebody used it for background noise, and then they ended up learning something about music that we were discussing. And then other people have watched just because they.
Bored.
They're bored. Yeah,
that's it.
Entertainment. All entertainment is there because humans were bored. They needed entertainment. So
I just want to make this half the screen. Is it? Am I in?
It's in there. Yeah,
don't forget.
So it's this is a forum for interesting people that I know that are in this area, either passing through or.
Yeah, I'm curious. I think if you interviewed a different person every week, I think that would be fascinating. If you prepared ahead of time.
As of now, you have
maybe had a pre-interview conversation with them and then ask them strategic questions.
Yeah,
I think I would tune in for sure.
I've been trying
I can only speak for myself.
No, you hit the nail right on the head because when I first started, this is only episode 11. So on episode 1, I actually said, "Listen, I'm going to be trying to find people that I want to bring on, and then I want to have a completely." No format, just a complete discussion that's not censored.
This is totally off the cuff. Off
the cuff conversations with people that I enjoy. The problem that I've encountered is finding the right people that I want on, and then the people that say, "Oh, let me be on your podcast." It's people.
I want to be famous.
What the fuck do you have to offer?
No, man.
I get it. You want to be on the podcast, but I know you. You haven't done shit outside of this place.
Yeah.
And then when I ask them, what do you want to talk about? Their answer is, anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
when I ask you what you want to talk about, it's dude, I got tons of shit.
I appreciate you having me on.
I came on here, I wanted to capture stories for people to expand their perception of what would be reality.
From my experience,
increase the size of their
box. Bill Riddle has had more experiences than anybody I have known on the fucking planet Earth, from north to south on the East Coast. This guy, you couldn't have any more stories and or life experiences.
I'm not going to bust your head big, but
what I like to say is, what motherfucking I like to say is, Bill, somebody, yeah. Somebody that likes to try to relate to him, okay, has not. I'm just. You can't get this. You cannot get this experience.
No, the reason I brought him on is because
unless you do what he does, up and down the coast, you cannot get the experience that he has.
Which is one of the reasons I
within people.
Yeah,
You know
which is
what
one
I'm
of the
saying?
reasons I liked having. I brought him on. And I'm glad that he's continued.
Yeah, but
No-
like
no-
if we had somebody from all walks of life, like
Yeah, this is
your
exactly.
walk, my walk. or
No,
someone
your
else's
walk
and
of
then
your
get
walk
four
of
different
life. Your
takes
walk of
on-
life is like the Hollywood Boulevard. Like
I don't know,
seriously.
man. It's a life of extremes, dude.
Oh,
There's
the
extreme
East
highs,
Coast-
There's some really,
the East
really
Coast of
extreme
America?
lows.
The East Coast of America, that's what your walk of life is. Like you have done the whole Appalachian Trail.
He's not the only one.
Yeah.
He's
There's
not
a
the
lot
only
of-
but
there's
he's
like
the only one on
5,000
this
people
podcast
doing
that's
this
done
shit.
it.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
exactly.
saying?
So my point is, I bring him on because he's the only person in my circle that has that experience. And what I've been trying to do is find people.
Find
with
like the
different
other
experiences.
three
Like,
people. Like he would be his experience, you would be your experience, I'd be my experience, and then to get like some heads on the same conversation.
You know I know
Yeah,
you, bud.
exactly.
You know I know
That's-
you, bud.
That's the direction of the podcast. So what I've been doing is like trying to find the right people to bring on. And like I started this, it was me and Steve at first, and then I got some stories out of Steve, and I've had let's see, Matt on. We do Thursdays. We do Three Guys All Balls with. We do Three Guys All Balls on Thursdays, which is a sports podcast. So that covers that.
Do I need a
with
beer
Matt.
for that?
So now I need to have. I've been trying to branch out and find the right people. Like, there's this one guy who comes on sometimes. His name's Walt, and he's from Philadelphia. He's this black guy that I met at Shop and Save one time.
Me too.
Really nice guy, and he's.
I actually have my buddies coming in.
Yeah, you said
next
you have a
week.
friend from
He's
Philadelphia.
he's coming in next week.
So
actually.
what I was
Bring him
thinking, we should get both of them at the
Yeah.
same time.
Yeah, that'd
See
be
if
cool.
they know each other, and then the other aspect of it would be to just have two people from Philadelphia.
Yeah, it would be interesting to get their take on.
on life.
Yeah,
That's
pretty
the
much.
point. Because
Because
that's what this is
like
about.
when I
This
talk
is-
to him, it's such a different because it's a big city, dude.
yeah,
And you know, I was talking about things when I went to school. Oh, la la la, we were so badass and shit. And he's like, yeah, when I went to high school, they put in a bomb threat and everyone got let out. So every day for the next week, people put in bomb threats until they had to stop disregarding, you know, because they're like, well, I want to get out of here, you know.
When I worked
Someone
at-
put a bomb threat somewhere and they're all out of school again. They did it for a week straight. And then,
When I was working at Vision Quest,
Motherfucker Jones.
When I was
Motherfucker Jones.
when I was working at Vision Quest, dealing with juveniles from Philadelphia, it was pretty insane. Like learning that, like, here's all these 15-year-old kids with face tattoos.
yeah, dude. It's like, who's the baddest?
Absolutely
Our city's
insane.
badder than yours. Like, you go on the Greyhound buses, dude, they'd be like, oh, dude, Pittsburgh ain't shit.
Oh,
I'm from
they hate
Baltimore.
Pittsburgh, dude.
You know, and then they're like, I'm from
Baltimore,
Baltimore, I'm from Philly. You know,
Baltimore and
like,
Philly hate
I just think that's the wrong way to go to brag about how bad
For
it
sure.
is.
It's a culture thing, it's a problem, but it is a different perspective that I'm definitely interested in. It's one of the reasons I enjoyed working at Vision Quest so much was just being a part of a
Is that done? Is the
transformative.
Vision Quest over now?
Yeah, when I worked there, this was back in 2011 when it was still transitioning from a boot camp to a youth guidance center. It was really shitty, but it was definitely a fun experience. Will you just cut it, stop with the ulterior noise or the exterior noise? You're ruining my audio, Levi. We're having a real moment on the podcast live in front of everybody.
You
Levi
know what?
is
Hey.
progressively getting drunker and louder.
Hey, wait. What? Hey. You're.
Your job is to answer questions when they're asked. You speak when spoken to.
Sir?
I'm just kidding.
Sir?
That noise is gonna. I'm gonna overuse it, and that's what I'm afraid of. I'm gonna overuse that noise. So I think what this podcast is was an experiment for me to figure out how to expand my circle, and then also like bring people that I know who have no access other than the bullshit that they're fed and the stuff that everybody else likes.
I think you're going in the
You
right
know?
direction,
Yeah,
man. And I
thank
hope,
you. For
like,
sure.
I think if you tuned in, like, if you never watch another episode, tune in a year from now, I think it would be leaps and bounds all the way. It'd probably
Exactly.
be
It
like,
has to
probably be
be.
down, you probably haven't honed into it more or less
You
this
know,
time.
you know,
I'm moving, like, I'm trying to slowly.
This is doing really well. I
acquire-
believe this is doing really. I mean,
Thank you. I'm slowly acquiring like equipment and the things that I need. We're gonna have multiple camera angles, more mics, and just like be able to be a significant production because I want to give people something that they don't have because the people that I know want it. They hunger for something different because everybody's watching. Most, especially in this area, they
Hunger for
watch.
something real, you know?
exactly.
In this area,
This
they watch,
area.
they
This
watch
area.
the same things. Everybody watches what everybody else has watched.
It is
You know?
technically on Facebook, but you know, it's not quite the same because it's live and it's more
Yeah.
real. I think you go on other people's profiles and shit, and it's like, you know, this isn't me right here. This is me. Here, look on the phone. This is what I really am. Look how smart and pretty and funny I am.
Back in the egg, bro.
Look how enlightened. Yeah, I don't do that bullshit. So
Like hide
the
behind your
reason
cell phone. You know?
I do Facebook right now because I only have one camera, right? So I do a live video so I can chat with people while we're doing it, and then also I take it, I download it, then it goes onto YouTube. I record audio, so it goes to iTunes. But actually, there's 14 right now. There's 14 outlets to listen to the podcast.
Holy shit.
And there's 3 to watch it. So I have like all these different platforms. We're getting a lot of listens on Anchor, which calculates all the listens from all 14 different platforms. So I'm trying to expand that. So I've got the social media and the platforms down. Now I'm just working on expanding
on what you want, like the final product that you're looking for.
Exactly.
Basically.
Exactly.
Doing a little trial and error.
I'm
test
probably keeping the name. The only thing I ever changed it to, which is the first name I ever came up with, was the Not So Bad podcast, because nothing's as bad as you think it is. It's not so
always
bad.
be worse.
So right now it's the Not So Black podcast because it's funny as shit. I love that name. It's it gets people.
I really do too.
Like, what the fuck is the Not So Black pod? I've heard that.
I like that too. I like that.
I had this couple that I did work for. They're in their 60s and they watched it. They live across the street, Brad and Chris.
Really?
They watched the podcast.
Nice.
And it was just me and Steve.
Oh, okay.
Like they spent time. They've watched a couple of them. They're really nice folks. So like we've got different people to take their time and to see what I'm about and what I want to get out of people and yeah, just pretty much put
Be
out.
curious.
All I want
not
to tell you,
judgmental.
all I want to tell you is I'm more intellectual than 16% of the people you even.
This is my motto for the podcast: is intellectual, not inebriated. So
Yeah.
I always
Okay,
want
not
the best.
not inebriated.
I know. I want the best. That's why I like having people like you or Bill or whoever I can find. Like Matt's fun, especially on the sports podcast because he's so knowledgeable about sports.
Yeah, let's
He
talk
just-
on that.
yeah.
I don't
See, I
watch
mean,
sports.
sports is a rough thing. You're either in it or you're not. Like we went over golf, soccer, baseball, football, basketball. We're gonna talk about MMA. Did you guys see the fights at all?
No, what
Did
happened?
you watch any of the fights? It was Stipe Miocic
Meacock,
versus Daniel Cormier. Cormier knocked out Miocic, and here's the thing: so Francis Ngannou, that big African dude who was like destroying people,
Yeah, don't talk about his own.
he fucking fought Miocic.
He's the
Miocic-
highest puncher in that.
Well, Miocic beat him the last fight. Miocic kept the belt, beat him, and then Cormier comes in, light heavyweight champ, gains weight, gets up to the heavyweight division, and fights Miocic, knocks Stipe out. Stipe's from Cleveland. LeBron just left. Stipe just lost his belt. Cleveland has nothing.
I've been to Cleveland.
Cleveland ain't got motherfucking shit on their shit.
Cleveland-
What? Woo!
Cleveland has nothing. They just lost their only belt. The only champion they had.
Besides
was
the melt. Cleveland's got the melt.
well, yeah, the melt was good. We went there for a show years ago.
Oh, the melt.
Levi was with a girl who she was in a car wreck and she was injured. So before that, she was in the car wreck. She got him tickets to go see the Black Keys and Cage the Elephant in Cleveland. So I don't know why, but you you chose me, which was awesome, and said, "Hey, listen."
I'm so glad you remember this.
It was
That's so amazing that you remember this.
It was really nice. You guys reached out to me and said, "Hey, you drive. If you want drive, I'll give you my ticket." So she
I'm
gave us.
so glad
All
you
we
remember
had to
this.
do was go to the Melt and bring her back a sandwich. So we went to the Melt in Cleveland, which is a world famous place, and then we went to the show and we sat next to these really hairy-legged 17-year-old girls. Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Dude, these two girls who we thought we were.
No, that's my type. That's my type.
Dude, she put them up on
They
the
were
chair.
so bad.
So hairy.
Nice, dude. That's Appalachian Trail right there.
It was bad. We're drinking double rum and cokes. We're drinking double rum and cokes, and this girl's just sitting there like, my legs are hairy.
Nice.
But she put him up on the seat so we could see, but she wanted us to know. It was bad. It was bad. It's incompatible Levi to infantile form right now. He's so serious. Dude, it was fucking disgusting. I'm not gonna judge.
Dude,
But it's not.
I didn't
like,
remember
I don't-
until we just talking.
And Levi, like, she's sitting right next to Levi, right? And, like, I just remember looking down because she put him up on the chair and I looked at Levi, like, we both looked at each other, like, what the fuck?
Nice.
We didn't talk to him the rest of the concert. It was fucking horrible. And then we drove home.
I didn't fucking remember until you fucking talked about it.
I find people like that interesting though. I always want to know like, what are you doing?
Josh,
like 16 or 17.
Does not shave or does
Josh
was doing it because it was like, at the time.
a rebellious
I'm a
thing.
feminist when
Yeah,
it was cool.
yeah, I'm interested in talking to people
2012,
like that. I want to hear their take or their perspective on things.
I had a vibe that was attention.
Yeah, like a rebellious.
Yeah.
Dude, I didn't remember until we had to talk about that bitch. I did, dude. Then
But I will say, it was really fun.
We had like 6 wings. We had like 3 wings apiece. Because it was like $20 for 6 wings.
Dude, it was so expensive for drinks. We went to this bar called the Blues Bar, and we got remember it was $1.50 bottles, and that guy.
We spent like $20 for
that guy
6 wings and beer.
That guy invited us to go to the Cleveland Indians game, to the Indians game, and can sit in his press box. Remember that?
Do you remember going back that alleyway,
To go to that bar, yeah. Because remember, that's where the baseball fans were, and we ended up partying there before the concert. Yeah. That was a good time. That guy looked like Anthony Bourdain. That guy who bought us drinks. He was like rich.
Fucking
we should have just went to the Indians game and let him buy us tickets and go to the press box, because that would have been fun. But then we left Cleveland. That was a really good trip. Other than that, the fact that I just mentioned Anthony Bourdain is sad because he died like a week or 2 ago.
R.I.P.
Rest in peace. Yeah, I think we might have mentioned it last week, but
about 3 weeks.
super sad, dude. He was like definitely one of my favorite people to watch. But that guy in Cleveland that bought us drinks at that bar, he reminded me of him.
You remember us walking through like the labyrinth?
We had to go through a hotel to get to
A
that bar.
labyrinth, like we're talking like concrete labyrinth.
Yeah, it was like
this wasn't a hotel. This wasn't a hotel.
It was hotel, restaurant, alleyway type.
Like
shit.
this,
It was weird.
like
It was
this
weird.
is
downtown Cleveland.
downtown. We had to go through this. We had to go to this concrete wall section to get fucking in here.
It was crazy, but it was definitely a fun time. The last stadium I went to,
I had $26 to spend on this.
I know, because I was like, when we got in the car to go home, I was like, you have gas money, right? And he's like, oh no, I'll have to give it to you when we get it back.
Yeah, bro,
and
yeah.
then, like a week later, he gave me $20 for gas. I was like, you son of a bitch. But I was so happy that I got to go. I didn't really care because it was just such a good time. The last show, check this out.
Black Keys.
The last show that I went to wasn't even a show. The last thing that I bought tickets for, I went by myself, and I went to WWE Raw, Monday Night Raw, last year in August.
Chokeslam?
Yeah. But it was crazy because it was Brock Lesnar, Samoa Joe, and Braun Strowman.
Samoa Joe.
Yeah, it was those 3 in the main event, it was just cool because it was my first time ever being to a live wrestling event. I'd never been to one. I was on my bucket list. I always wanted to go to a live one. It was pretty cool, dude, because it was just I got really good seats, which is close. And the ring, I didn't realize how small the ring was. It's crazy! Dude, in between commercial breaks, you can't hear the ring announcers like that. You're live in it, so you're watching it differently, but during commercial breaks, they would address the crowd, and then they say, alright, we're gonna have a dark match. So there would be a match that they're filming for online or something else, and they change the colors and the sign, and then people would come out, they'd wrestle this match, and then the commercial break was over or whatever, and then it would be Raw again. They did Saturday night main event. They did Saturday night main event, dark match, when the cameras weren't rolling for the live show. So it was pretty intense. It was cool being a part of that. But other than that, I haven't gone to an actual music concert. And then I wanted to go last night. Shout out to Gray Walker. Shout out to Brian Sykes. Sykes and the New Violence. Sykes is a huge, is one of my favorite artists. He's from Pittsburgh. He's a good dude. I met him at Billy's when he performed at Indie Fest years ago. But he does this really cool hip hop style rock, and then he also does heavy metal, metal. And they're called Gray Walker. Their album release party was last night. I just want to give a shout out to those guys, and I hope that it was a success. I hope you sell albums. I'll definitely be hitting you up to buy one because I love their music. I actually listen to them in the car a lot. I throw Gray Walker on because they're super heavy and they're just really fun.
Dude, I don't see me in this.
The video lags, so you won't see yourself move until you stop. Just stop. You'll see it.
Oh man.
It'll happen. See, that's actually not even you. You're a ghost right now, Levi. You're actually, you can't see yourself because you're a vampire.
Oh, that reminds me.
What?
I had a story that kind of ties into what you're with the black and the vampire, not so
Yeah.
black. Okay, so I was hiking and I met this kid, right? And I ended up going to his parents' house, and he's like, I'm a naturalist and all this shit. He turns out he tells me he's a vampire and a crip.
Hold on.
You know what I mean?
Listen to what he's saying right now.
He's a vampire and he's a crip and he's a naturalist. So and he's white, and he tells me this after I've been hiking with him all day, and I'm just thinking to myself, all right, man, I can't hike with you no more. But I'm just like, how can I end this? But he's like, I'm a vampire and I'm a crip. I'm like, how did you become a crip? He's like, well, my cousin was a crip, and he's just like, hey man, you want to be a crip? I was like, yeah, I would. And so I was a crip then.
And he was just like,
Yeah.
I want to be a crip.
And I was like, well, what do you do for blood? He's like, oh, blood's really hard to get. And then at some point, I'm just like, man, I can't walk with you no more. And he starts crying, dude. He starts crying.
Because you wouldn't walk.
He's like, my uncle raped me and shit like this.
Is that why he's
And I had just found liquor on the trail, so it was like buzzkill type. And anyways, I ended up meeting this kid again. We were floating down the river, and we were in Pittsburgh on the north side. And there are these people that made this raft. They had laying hens running around, laying eggs on the raft and shit.
Wait, just on the raft?
Yeah, they made this raft. They had a little 9-9, and I was going down the river, and these people, their fucking raft, they were having motor problems. So I left, and I read in the paper that they got stuck on top of a dam. And I'm trying to like envision this raft stuck on top of a dam. If you go over, you're dead.
Yeah,
you know what I
you're
mean? Like it's like 100% chance that you die.
And how you can't walk.
They got stuck, and I guess the Coast Guard saved their lives or something, but...
What? So a vampire crip got stuck on a dam.
No, I had to ditch him, man.
That's so
I couldn't
crazy.
deal with his
So
stories.
did he explain how he became a vampire?
I think probably the same way he became a crip. Somebody's like, hey, man, you want to be a vampire? He's like, yeah, it'd be cool. And then the next thing you know, dude, he's
Is there a
straight
bathroom
vampire.
on the second floor?
But, dude, we were hiking on the trail, right?
there.
We're hiking on the trail, and you think he's going to carry survival gear? And I'm like, all right, man, so what are you going to take on this hike? You know, you're going to be hiking for a month or something. You got a fucking trench coat, dude. Like,
Jesus
like
Christ.
6-pound trench coat. I was like, man, you really need that trench coat? He's like, I've got to have my trench coat.
He's a vampire.
Yeah, dude.
You can't be a vampire and not have a trench coat unless you're from Twilight.
But dude, the
So-
crip thing, man, was like, he's had his little blue bandana and shit. I'm like, he's like, yeah, my cousin was a crip. And I was like, yeah, I'd like to be one too.
Well, I think Levi needs a ride home because he's real drunk, guys. So we're going to get out of here. We're going to end this one. We are close to an hour. I want to thank everybody who watched because, Mike Farron, champ. I don't think he's still on here, but Mike Farron, Levi's drunk and he needs to go home. So, all right, guys, thank you so much for watching. It's meant the world to me and everyone.
I love it.
Alright guys, we're out here. Thank you so much for watching the Not So Black podcast, and I will catch you next week, Sunday at 10 o'clock. Stay tuned Thursdays at 9 p.m. for the Three Guys All Balls podcast. Have a good night. Bill, would you grab my phone for me?
Damn it!
It's over. There's still some people looking though.